All right, we start, guys, okay? So thank you so much for coming. So we have a lot of pleasure to introduce Glenn Anderson. So he is senior recruiter. I have like a long bio to read.
Yeah, read it verbatim. It's very comfortable.
So he's a senior recruiter at Amadeus. Some of you haven't known him because you went for an interview in the last few weeks. He has been in the recruiting field for over 7 years. He has working in a lot of different industry. He's very well connected with the industry. Me and Jessica went a few weeks ago. Actually, it was a month ago.
Was it a month?
Right,
yeah, it would
right?
be a month.
A month ago.
Maybe a month. Yeah.
To visit him in his office. I don't know. The office is pretty cool, right?
Yeah, great company. It's a lot of experience recruiting students, interviewing students, working with hiring managers.
Yeah, hackathon.
You guys are plugging.
Yeah, he experience with being advisor for other colleges too, and helping out with hackathons and different other events. So you should be happy that he is here to share his expertise and advice. Right,
but the best thing was the free croissant.
Oh, yes.
That was the best.
We have free croissants.
Right? So, and they had a game room that literally played. So that's really cool. So anyway, I just want to thank you because one of the things that we noticed, it's the salary negotiation, when if it's a co-op or full-time, there's always a lot of questions that you guys have to ask. So I thought it was really good to bring somebody with, like Glenn with experience and not only in the industry, but also, from a recruiting point of view here at Northeastern. So I just want to thank you.
Thank you.
On behalf of us.
No problem. No, not yet. Not yet.
If there's any questions too, remember, speak up.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a dialogue. Please don't make me stand up here and silently talk to myself. So that'd be awkward for everyone involved. Is this thing? This is fine. Can everyone hear me? Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. So I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of an overview. We're gonna do PowerPoint, which is the most fun thing you can possibly do on a Friday. So you guys could have been anywhere, but you chose a PowerPoint presentation at 5:30. So you made your life choices. Now you have to deal with it with me for the time being, okay? As I'm not very good at PowerPoint, your job is to not make fun of me. And if you do that and also give me some really good energy, I will do my best to help you guys make more money. Is that cool? Does that energy part, is that cool?
Yeah. That was a test.
You guys failed that test. All right, cool. So just a quick show of hands. Who has ever negotiated for a salary? Internship, Kmart, dog walker. Bring them up higher, please. That's embarrassing. That is harsh. All right. This is going to be really fun. Well, that's going to leave out a whole slide. So I had this whole raise your hand part. That is really not gonna work out for me. Okay, so I can stand up here and give you some like Jordan Belfort, Wolf of Wall Street, pep talk on how to get more money, sales. And honestly, you can get the same advice on YouTube from 10 different other recruiters. They're gonna give you 10 different kinds of advice. So instead, what I really wanna do is kind of break down what's involved in a salary, and then break down what's gonna be involved in a salary negotiation, so that you guys have the better tools to walk in on that situation more equipped. Because that's really is what it's all about. Salary negotiation is the best and worst part of the interview process. Everyone agrees on that? For the 5 people here that's ever had to do it? Are the rest of you unemployed? Tell me yes. Why are you here? You haven't even started yet. No, that's awesome. So this is going to be part of our agenda. We're going to go over market research, salary ranges, so that's always a fun word, gender and age difference in salaries, and that's going to be a very hot political thing here. I know, so please be nice to me. I'm going to do my best to walk on that lava. The negotiation playbook, which is just something I totally made up last night. Thank you. We're going to be looking at your total package that's involved in what you get offered. You're going to hear that package, salary offer, offer letter, offer packet. We're talking about the same thing. And then we're going to do some Q&A. That's going to be the fun part. That's when you guys get to beat me up. All right? You guys ready to rock?
Yes, sir.
You guys ready to rock? Yes. Jeez, man. First, it's a me. Why should you guys trust me? I mean, besides that awesome intro, you guys have no idea who I am. Who has met me? Raise your hands. That's it. I know you've met me. That's it. Now, friends don't count. Emotional support, that's all. See, no one here has met me, so you guys should have an idea. So a little bit about myself. I made this radical career change. I like to call it radical. It's really not that big of a deal. I graduated college. I actually went to Eastern Connecticut State University. Anyone know where Connecticut is? It's a very cultured state, very diverse. And I started with my degree in psychology. And I graduated college thinking, I'm going to be able to be that guy. You get to land a couch, tell me about your mom. I give you a bunch of pills, send you on your way, and I make a ton of money. Come to find out, I didn't have a good career services department, or I wasn't engaged enough. But apparently you have to go back to school for that stuff. So I ended up getting into social work. I was working with people with mental disabilities, psychosocial disorders, drug addiction. Very rewarding, but I'm going to be honest with you, not a lot of pay. So for me, at that time, $25,000 was just not cutting it. So I decided to figure out what I wanted to do. So I spent my 20s dabbling. I went to nursing school. Got about 2 years in, started with my clinicals, realized I really don't like blood. Just totally wasting my money there. Went back into the whole social work part, but I got into vocational counseling. So I was helping people within the same demographic, but I was helping them find jobs. So that was everything from resume writing, career coaching, literally going to employers and helping sell these people to them saying, hey, look, this guy may have XYZ disability, but he can do the job, and I can prove that. And I realized that part was really exciting for me. That part was really rewarding. So that's what I wanted to do. But I couldn't figure out what that was. And this was the dark days of 2005. Some of you may not have been born yet by then. I suck at math. They're just dark, dark days. So you had to figure it out. You had to go old school. You had to go to career fairs. Who here has gone to a career fair? Yeah, those are a good time, right? Sweating hands, shaky palms. You know, knees weak, mom spaghetti. 8 Mile reference, 2003. My God. You guys, go back and watch some VH1. Come on. So anyway, I figured it out. Someone I can't even give them credit for, nor will I want to. They said, hey, what you're talking about is recruiting. Get into that. And I started out in recruiting. So I ended up starting out on the agency side. There's a lot of familiar agencies that you guys may have heard of. Adecco, Robert Half, K-Force, even your mom and pop shops. I literally worked at all of them. And I honestly hated every moment of it, but I learned a lot. I made a lot of money, and that part was cool. But I realized after a while, there's only so much money you can make, and you can still be miserable. So let's figure this out. I love tech, huge nerd. Can't build a computer, but I love the magic behind it. I'm a huge gamer, and I realized I wanted to get into that field of it. Plus, there's a lot of money in there, so win-win. So I started out working at Robert Half in Connecticut. And I knew at that point in time I wanted to go corporate. 13 hours a day, whole lot of whiskey. Not really getting to enjoy the money I'm making. And so I figured it out. My wife, girlfriend at the time, was working in marketing. And if any of you guys know about Connecticut, marketing kind of doesn't exist down there. So she gave me a choice, Boston or New York City. And I was like, I'm not going to New York. That place is crazy. And so we went to Boston, and I started out in an agency up here. Small mom and pop shop. I won't give away the name. You can go on my LinkedIn. Unfortunately, I got laid off. It was one of the few times I've ever been laid off in my life, which if any of you have had the pleasure of doing, it's a fun, rewarding experience. And you're laughing, but I'm actually being kind of serious. Like, you learn a lot. You learn a lot about yourself. You learn about your character. You definitely learn a lot about the people surrounding you. And I decided from there, like, I'm gonna figure it out. I was unemployed for about 2 months, and I finally took a corporate job, a contract job, which at that time was painfully ironic because I had spent years selling corporate contract jobs to other people, and I was like, I'm never gonna do that. Like, why would I be a contractor? That's stupid. But I took it, and I took the opportunity. Luckily, I had a very supportive family and friends, and it worked out. And I took another contract job after that, and that is the story of me at Amadeus. So at this point in time, I have a mixture of both agency and corporate experience. I've hired over 500 people. I am definitely not in touch with all of them, but I like to think that they remember me. The recruiter that called them at 8 o'clock in the morning while they were at work and got them into another low-paying job. It's a rewarding experience that I go through in my life. So that's why you guys should trust me, hopefully. But I'm going to give you guys a pure disclaimer. Here tonight, I am Glenn Anderson, the recruiter. I'm not Glenn Anderson, the Amadeus employee. I want to make sure we let that distinction be clear here. Because I come at you as Glenn Anderson, the Amadeus employee, you're not going to get a lot of information out of me. But I can come at you as Glenn Anderson, the recruiter, I will be as bluntly honest as possible. But at the same time, I just want you guys to be aware that there's going to have to be some finagling here, okay? And you're going to have to trust me a little bit. Cool? All right, let's rock and roll. So, less than 40% of workers negotiated their salary in 2017. Based on this room alone, I can agree with that. You guys, you're leaving money on the table. The better you negotiate up front, the more you'll get out of your job. Money isn't everything, and we're going to talk about that. More money, more problems. But the more money you can walk into a corporation at, as your career grows, your money should match where you're at. And that tends to not happen for a lot of people. All of us here might even know that. You got the job, but you don't got the salary. Or you got the salary, but you don't got the job. They're hard. They're very hard to meet. And honestly, I don't have the magic bullet for that tonight. I'm not going to give you guys that. Let's be honest. But I'm going to give you guys at least as much information as possible that I have learned. All right? Keep putting this down. I need to hold this. This is professory. So.
You can have it. It's your present.
Thank you. I'm going to keep it pocket. Before salary negotiation, before anything, you guys should be doing your research. Who here has a list of their top 5 target companies to work at? My man, my lady, my man, my lady. That's it. Anyone else? You guys are just shooting blind. You should have a list of your top target companies. That wish list. Now screw a wish list, that bucket list. You work at all of them. Forget that, right? If you guys don't have to do your research, how are you supposed to know? How are you supposed to negotiate your salary? You guys are just shooting blind. So I have a list. I have a job. I've been at my job for 4 years. I have a target list of companies I want to work at. I have 3 different versions of my resume. I'm constantly taking interviews. I don't want to leave. But nothing hurts a conversation. Nothing hurts research. But this is the next hard part. How do you do that research? Everyone here has done this. Everyone here has done this to me. I get the call. We've fallen in love. I'm like, all right, here comes. Are you ready? What's your name? Amandeep. Amandeep.
Oh, that's good.
Good news. I'm about to offer you that dream job you've always wanted. Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
It actually happened today, so it's funny.
Oh, forget you, Amandeep, then. No, someone else. No. All right, I got you your dream job. I'm going to offer it to you at $60,000 a year.
Is that negotiable?
Well, man, why are you here? Come up here, Amandeep. We're done. What ends up happening a lot in those times, in those situations, is you say, well, that was a good offer, but based on my research, I think you should pay me $120,000. And has anyone here done that? I know you have. Everyone here has done that. Based upon my research, this job should pay me $120,000. And you're going to get one of 2 reactions. You're going to get that one. Or you're going to get, well, Amandeep, it's been a pleasure. Good luck in your job search. I hope you have a top 5 list of companies you want to work at. So, what does your research mean? What is your research? There are 2 different sources of where employee salary data comes from. Most of you guys already know your side of it, right? There is, your research, there you go. Sorry about that. So let's talk about, first off, where you get your market research from, right? You have salary.com, you have LinkedIn Salary Wizard, you have Glassdoor. Those are all good sites, but I'm telling you right now, your research doesn't matter. But it still does. So your research, I don't know why I keep looking up that way. That's hurting my neck, and you guys get the back of me. Once again, thank you all for letting me be bumpy. Know what you're worth. It helps you get a good barometer for what your market value should be, and you get a good barometer of what the market around you is. Absolutely helpful if you guys use it. A lot of you guys do, but not right. You guys go, oh, software engineer. What kind of job did you just get today?
Data analyst.
Data analyst? Computer science people, raise your hands. Cool, just want to make sure. We're going to talk a little techie here today, guys, so anyone that's not computer science, look to the person to your right or left to help them translate. What does a data analyst do, for the people here that don't know?
Analyze data.
Amandeep, I see why you got the job now, sir. I'm sure you got every penny you asked for. Thank you. Data analysts analyze data. Super true.
Currently, I'm having a collateral management analyst job.
Okay.
So it will be working with the collateral management with different counterparties in investment banking.
There we go, man. See, that's why you got the job. That's why you got the job. Did you do your research on what the data analyst pays in the area? Cool.
Yeah,
Where did you
he
go?
had 2 jobs.
You get 2 job offers?
Now he's deciding which one.
Oh, dude, we're going to come back to you later. That's a fun place to be. I know you got questions for me now. I can already know what your questions are going to be. That is cool, and that's awesome. But you did your research. Now, where did you go to get your research?
Google.
Google. You just Googled it, right? So let me say, you Google data analyst?
Data analyst for the specific company.
Cool. Awesome. That is pretty good. Other people go data analyst, salary, enter. Other people will go, they'll live in Connecticut and go data analyst, Silicon Valley, enter. Yeah, definitely. Because you're going to find a number that you want. So they're all good sites, they're just not 100% accurate. Why it doesn't matter is that salary sites are inconsistent. And they can at times not take other factors into consideration. Geography, level of experience of that person. So Glassdoor, perfect example. You go on Glassdoor, you look up your target company. It's all user data. So someone puts in there that I made $135,000. That's it. You don't know anything about that person. You don't know if they had a master's degree. You don't know how much years of experience they had prior to that. You don't know how long they've been at that company. It's just user data. But of course, it's a big, sexy number. So that's the number I'm worth. And that's the numbers you guys use, right? Or will use. Hopefully not after this. All right? They're all good sites in that way, but they can give you a false sense of personal value or personal equity. And that's not to say, I want to make sure you guys are clear on this, because I don't want anyone out here saying Glenn told me I suck. You don't suck. You just got to know how much you're worth. And it's a very hard, objective thing for all of us to do. Right? Some of you guys are like, I'm not worth anything. If you had a mom like mine, I am worth everything. My mom took care of me. Very inflated, very inflated. But you guys have to be objective when it comes to this. This is not personal. This is business. So, where does your salary information come from? As I messed up on earlier. Data comes from relatively two different sources. Employer sources and employee sources. Now we're going to awkwardly watch someone walk in. Watch. Okay. I remember my professors always used to do that to me. So now life comes full circle. Karmic balance. It wasn't about you. That was about me. So there's employee sources. Typically what the difference is you have companies like Culpeper, Mercer, Trupp, not Trump. I got asked that earlier. And essentially what they do is they gather data through surveys. They survey companies year over year and gather what their employees make, literally based on the role. Data analyst at X company makes this much. And they do that across the US or across the globe, and that's how that salary data comes from. So it's a bit more accurate. It's not user-based, it's based on what companies actually pay. Compared to employee sources like we just talked about, salary, Glass, linked. The data is gathered from users. It's not as consistently reliable and or accurate. Make sense? Cool. How you doing? I like he's nodding. He's like, yeah, I dig it. I love that, guys. This isn't a science. It's purely an art. And that's what blows people's minds. There's no equilibrium here. You are sailing with a compass that's just half broken. And that's okay. That fell off. So the point of this slide is to show you that there is a disconnect between what employers are actually offering and what employees are looking for. So how do you get past that? The last two are little tips. We can give you guys a slide deck, but hopefully you can write that down or memorize it. Your own personal network or alumni, you should leverage. If you have buddies or anyone that's working at companies that are some of your target companies that you will have by the end of tonight, hopefully, you can reach out to them and say, hey, relatively, What are you making? What are you paying? I know that's a very personal question. It can be a little invasive, so don't just call your friend. Be like, yo, what's up? How much money you make? Send me your W-2s. I want to make sure. But everyone here knows. There's a candor you can have. Hey, like, what are you seeing people there make? People at my level. Right? Your other source you can use is staffing agencies. Those annoying guys that keep calling you for jobs. They have to do this day in and day out. I have to do this day in and day out. A lot of the surveys and the data I'm showing you here were actually gathered from Robert Half and other kinds of staffing agencies. They use this data when they're selling it to the employers. So it only benefits them to share it with you. Because a recruiter like me doesn't get paid until you get paid. And the more money you make, the more money I make. So it's a pretty intrinsic relationship. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Damn, man. Guys, it's Friday. Amp up. Dope. So this is just an example. These numbers are made up. Let's start with that first off, right off the bat. I totally winged it. So Glenn Anderson, the Amadeus employee, does not pay this much. Or this little, depending upon your current circumstances. Half of you are unemployed, so this much. These numbers are made up. But it gives you an idea of what salary bands look like within a company. There's relatively two different structures, at least that you see. There's a lot of weird wiggly room in between, but this is what you're going to see on a day-to-day basis. Ranges of salary based on the level of role, which is what you see now. A software engineer, associate level, mid-level, senior. Those are usually based upon years of experience or other factors, but most of the time it's years of experience. My company looks at years of experience plus degree. So a person with 1 year experience in a bachelor's will make less than a person with 1 year experience in a master's. I'm not saying that's right, I'm just saying that's the world that we live in. Cool? Also, the other way you're looking at is the range of salaries is based on the level of the role, combined with the years of experience, as I mentioned before. This could be different. Certain companies, for example, my wife worked at a company, I won't name it now, but a larger company where they go off of pay bands. So you can be band A, B, C, D, E. And that can be a little tough, because then it's really like, what does that mean? A band B at Google could be a band D at Cigna, it could be a band F at Facebook. Once again, it's an art, not a science. So you could be stuck in a situation. I had friends that have been at the highest end band of the highest role, but yet didn't have the experience that for the next role, so they had to take the promotion, but didn't get the pay. And so that's where things get mixed up. You guys get that? I have that happen sometimes as well. I'll have someone get a promotion, but they're already at the higher end of what I could allow them to pay, so their salary won't change, but their job will. And that kind of sucks. It's cool at first. You guys are like, all right, I got a new job. But then like a month in, you kind of realize, like, I'm doing more work for the same pay. This sucks. All right? This happened to all of us here at one point in time or another. So you have to, the more you can negotiate or leverage yourself on the way in, the better your trajectory can be matching up. And I'll give you guys some other tips on how you can avoid those pitfalls later in my off-the-record series, Glenn Anderson, the Recruiter podcast. So I'm not going to get sued here tonight. Just a fun thing, converting hourly into salary. This gets people all the time. As a guy that sucks at math, I can tell you this has helped me flawlessly. The equation is usually whatever your hourly rate is, times it by 1,000, double it. If you want the whole beautiful mind formula, it's 40. It's hourly rate times 40 times 52. So if you make $15 an hour, you make about 30K. Make sense? You make $50 an hour, you make about 100K. This obviously doesn't include your benefits, your medical, your FICA, SUTA, things like that all get taken out, so it could be less, it could be more. But this is relatively a good roundabout for you guys. So this will happen sometimes. I'll have candidates that are a contractor, and I'm going to convert them full-time or permanent. And they'll say to me, oh, my hourly rate is $50 an hour. So my target salary is $160,000. I'm like, no, it's not. That's not your math. Like that your math is messed up. That's not accurate. And I had to go in the opposite direction. I make $40 an hour. My target salary is $60,000. I'm like, ooh, if only you had me on your side. No, I'll help you out. I don't care to pay you more. It doesn't come out of my pocket. So I have nothing to lose on that. I'm going to take a sip of water, and then we're going to get murky. Before we get into this, I want you guys to understand that I'm presenting this information to you based on not on what it is, not on what I think it should be. You guys understand me? We're going to talk about gender and age discrimination in terms of pay right now. I'm not telling you what I want it to be. I'm telling you what it is. Okay. So, everyone knows about the famous wage gap. But we're going to do a fun little test here. This was my original test, but it's not probably going to work out as well. Fellas, raise your hands if you've negotiated for a salary. Just the fellas. Okay. Keep your hands up. Sorry. Let me go back. Let's pretend like that moment didn't happen. All the fellas, raise your hand. Every man in the room, raise your hand. Or however you want to identify. Please, don't get me in trouble. Thank you. Keep your hands up if you have negotiated for a salary in your lifetime. Cool. Ladies, all the single ladies. Guys, put your hands down. Don't be weird. I moved on. You're cool. Ladies, raise your hand. All the single ladies. All the married ladies. Any lady. Every lady. Cool. Did someone start singing? That was awesome. Marikla, this is awkward for you. All the ladies, raise your hand. Perfect. Lady walking in, raise your hand. No, I'm serious. Thank you. Dude, what's up, Rona? All right, guys, we're going to awkwardly watch them sit down first. Hey, Ronak. Hi, I'm Glenn. She's like, hi. Okay, ladies, raise your hand. You know where this is going. All the ladies, raise your hand. All the ladies, raise your hand. Now, keep your hands up if you have negotiated for your salary. Awesome, it still worked. You guys don't negotiate. You see the number? You guys see that number? You guys want to do this again? I want to do this again. Put the cameras on that. All the fellas, raise your hand. All the fellas. Oh, wow, you guys are awesome. Now, keep your hands up if you have negotiated for your salary. Look around. Give me a number. Someone give me a number. This is easy. Cool. 13. Ladies, raise your hand. Keep your hands up if you negotiate for your salary. Someone give me a number.
7.
I'm done. Drop the mic. Drop the mic. You guys pick up on that? American men are 3 times more likely to be successful in talking themselves into a higher salary than women are. It's not true. Who said that? Who said that? You said that? Oh, it's so true. So say not true? I'm the one up here. Everything I say here is true today. Don't do research on this. Just 4% of women reported that their salary negotiation resulted in more money compared to 15% of men, based on a Glassdoor survey. Why? Everyone sees this phrase every day. Women make 77 cents to every dollar that a man makes. You see that all the time, right? It's like the big headline. It's catchy, it's ugly, it's sexy. Ugh, not sexy, maybe not. Remember, we're talking about what it is, not what it should be. Why? Think about this from a logical standpoint. Take the emotion out of this. If me, as a company, only had to pay a woman 70 cents to every dollar, why would not have an Amazon household? It'd be Wonder Woman all over. Just think from a business standpoint. Why wouldn't a company only hire exclusively women? No, this is not a rhetorical question. Someone give me something. Give me a reason why. Ooh, this is awkward. No one wants to get beat up later.
Is it the ratio of working men versus working women?
If this was the 50s, maybe. And I'm not being a smart ass to you, but just really. Women are more in the workforce now than they've ever been.
Was it the child? Maternity leave?
Could be a factor.
Afraid to ask for it?
You guys are afraid to ask for it. We just now did a little roll call right here. Why didn't you guys negotiate your salary? One of the ladies that did not keep their hands up, why didn't you say, hey, give me some mo? No wrong answer. Just pretend. There is no wrong answer in this world right now. Why didn't you ask for more money? Who didn't raise their hand? Who didn't raise their hand earlier? Raise their hand. You guys are so scared. I am here to help you. I got a job. And my lady makes more money than me. So I'm comfortable in myself. I'm happy to stay home. I'll be a stay-at-home dad, man. You kidding me? I can cook. I'm good. Why didn't you ask for more money? One lady, someone here that did not ask for more money. Why didn't you ask for more money? Do you know you could?
The thing is, we don't know our worth.
You don't know what?
What should be means how much we should say
Okay.
we can be acceptable to them.
Business slow the dudes down. Fellas are like, 150, 200, whatever. I did my research. I Googled it. I called my buddy and I asked her, how much money you make? Guys, I'm not badgering you here, but this is just something I want to give as food for thought. There's a lot more reasons. Hit me. Yeah, what's up?
I have something to mention.
Yeah.
I attended a very similar workshop before. Also, it was by Sheely, and according to the statistics that they had, I don't know if they are true or not, but it was said that women. So if a man has a skill set like 70% of what's listed in job description, he would just go blindly and apply for the job and maybe even expect an offer.
Yeah.
Whereas women want to make sure that they have all the skill set that's listed, and
Yeah.
it's that women tend to doubt themselves more than men.
Thank you for saying that, not me. She said, not me.
I want to say women tend to be more of a perfectionist. Want to be more of a perfectionist.
Hey, chill. Chill. I'm not a perfectionist, so you 50-50 on me right now. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
So that's about it. That's what I want to mention.
No, that's awesome. You're absolutely...
According to the statistics that we had, one other interesting thing, I don't know if you plan to mention it after you went to men and women. Another thing is that in the United States, according to the statistics, American men get paid more, American women get paid maybe lesser, but it's even worse for people who belong to Asian demographic. According to statistics, Asian people who belong to Asian demographic even paid lesser than American women.
Oh, so this is touchy. This is a trap.
And I'd like to mention something else.
I'm here on your time. Don't worry about it. I have no life. It's Easter Friday. No, I'm joking. No, this is what I want. This saves me from having to do this for too long. Go ahead.
I can see most of us our international students who are really struggling to get a job. We cannot afford to refuse job offers as often an American man or American women can. I just want to mention that.
No, you're right. Everything you said was right. Is that cool? No, I'm being sarcastic. Everything you said was 100% right. Being a foreign national, it is harder for you. As a guy that works at an international company, and as a guy that really, being from Connecticut, had really one demographic that he dealt with most of his life. You can guess what that is if you're near Connecticut. It has been kind of interesting for me. It's been like an interesting anthropological study, especially of folks of the Asian culture. And by Asian I mean of anything either on the India, Asia, China, anything on that, pretty much anything on the other side of the world there. So you're right. You're right. I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want to get in trouble, but you're right. Only 16% of females negotiate compensation when a job offer is made or during performance evaluations. So even once you got the job. You ever seen those movies, those cliched movies? I'm going to age myself here. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation? Please? You guys suck. It's a fantastic movie. Get on it. It's on TBS every Christmas. The whole premise of the movie is this guy waiting for his bonus check. He'd worked all year. And he was like, I worked all year. This is the year. And he told his whole family, I'm gonna get this bonus check. I'm going to get the pool. And like everything. And he's having the worst Christmas day ever. But the check finally comes in the mail. And the movie's like thinking it's going to give you a big turnabout. And he gets his check. And it's like $100. It's earth-shattering and hilarious, but also kind of real, because that's what does tend to happen with people. At least a guy got a bonus check. Women on the other side don't even sometimes negotiate for that. So you guys are leaving money on the table even more so than men. There's a couple of other factors that are involved. We're going to talk about that, and you touched upon some of it as well. 15% of women strongly believe that they're effective negotiators. Only 15%. Only 15% of you think you're good enough at haggling, negotiating. You don't even want to do it. You're like, hands off. Hands off. 60% of women take the outcome, which you touched upon, of their salary negotiations personally. You're like, maybe that's what I'm worth. Maybe that's what I'm worth. They told me what I'm worth. You guys don't want to be like that. But it's hard. So there's a lot of factors that are involved. We're going to talk about the salary negotiation side, but let's also list out some of the other reasons why women make less. At least historically speaking, women have chosen lower paying jobs than men. Women become nurses, dudes become doctors. I know the world is changing. I'm speaking as to what it is. Women tend to leave the workforce in the middle of their uptick, late 20s, early 30s. They have some babies. They take some time off. Marikla, rude. Please put your phones on silent if you haven't already. We're about to enjoy the show. It's all right. So they tend to take time off, year, two, sometimes don't even go back, and it's harder for them to get back. It's hard for them to recuperate. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Dope. Should women make as much money as men?
Yes.
Thank you. Let's make sure we walk out of here knowing that. Okay. So, some more stats. Who doesn't love a pie chart or a bar graph? I don't like pie charts either. I made it nice and highlighted for you. Age plays a factor also in determining a worker's likelihood of entering salary negotiations. This is a 2017 survey conducted by my alma mater, Robert Half, about a percentage of workers who tried to negotiate for higher paying jobs in their last jobs. Speaking specifically to your demographic, I'm hoping 18 to 34. Is that about right here? Is there a random 80-year-old in here? Okay, cool. No ageism, just saying, if you're 80, it's cool. Yeah. Speaking to your demographic, only 45% or less than half of you try to negotiate your salary. Why? Factors. That one was a rhetorical. That one's just to let it marinate. Only 45%. As we get older, we ask for less money. We get comfy? Our bill's not getting worse? Anyone here have a mortgage? It's great, but it's not cheap. Anyone here rent in Boston? You know? You guys aren't asking for more money. I ask for more money. I ask for more money just to check my boss out. It'd be like Tuesday, can I have some more money? I'll get turned down, but I don't care. I want to make sure she knows. Keep her on her toes. Give me some more money. So the numbers get even worse when we distinguish that by gender once again. So here goes, the negotiation playbook. Don't get excited. It's like 3 slides. I already told you, you could do this somewhere else. I'm trying to give you guys tools here. I can sit here and be like, all right, dude, this is how it goes. But it's going to go differently for all of you. And all of you are about to ask me a whole bunch of other questions anyway. So let's get those out the way. When do I start the salary conversation? There's some generally good behaviors that we should also exhibit when it comes time for interviewing. Most of you guys got this. Some of you are weird and don't have this. But there's just some good social standards to be aware of. Don't bring up salary on the initial call unless they, me, the hiring manager, brings it up to you. Say that out loud. Same time. Yeah, a lot of you guys bomb this. Bomb it bad. And I can tell you it is a huge turnoff to me as a recruiter, to me as an employer. Think about this in terms of a relationship. Your work is a relationship. Your whole social structure. You spend 40 hours of your week there. And you're going to start your relationship, which, how much can you pay me? How much do you pay? And then automatically we get into this ignorant volley. How much are you looking for? Well, how much do you pay? Like you guys, like you trapped me, you trapped yourself. Honestly, I walk away from those conversations. If you start by asking me how much a job pays, I will smile at you, I will shake your hand, I'll take your resume, and I'll never call you again. And then you guys will go on Glassdoor and be like, Glenn's an asshole. But that's why. I hope that got recorded live. Don't bring up a salary clause unless the initial hiring manager does. Easy one. Questions. Does that make sense? My man, there's still questions. Hit me.
What answer should we give if we ask same kind of question at the first round? Like, how should we tackle that?
If I ask you,
What are your expectations?
the expectations, we'll talk about that. I'm not tabling it. We'll go into that because I knew you guys were going to ask that. So let's talk about it. But I want to give you guys some understanding on a couple of things first, and then I'm going to table you.
The reason I asked this question was one of my friends was interviewed in the last week.
Yeah.
The hiring manager called him just for the 2 minutes. He told him that I have gone through your resume. What are your requirements? So he said like X figure, and he never called back him. That's the reason I'm asking. Is that kind of trend really going on, or just
Yeah. No, I understand. That happens a lot. I totally get it. And let's lay an even battlefield right here, right now. There are good recruiters and/or hiring managers, and there are absolute minions out there. Right? Let's just be real. Everyone here has had or will have at one point in time a really shitty recruiter. I'm awesome. I'm not one of those people. That's why I'm here. So I'm going to answer your question, but let's give you a little bit of information and advice first. Be aware that as of right now in the state of Massachusetts, it is illegal for a hiring manager and/or recruiter and/or employer to ask you, what are you currently making? It is illegal in the state of Massachusetts, and that map got blown out in terms of brightness. Sorry. Oregon, California, Puerto Rico, anyone here in Puerto Rico? It's illegal. New York City, not New York State. Delaware and Philadelphia. It is illegal for me to ask you, what are you currently making as of this year? Last year I could do it all the time. 2016, my whole life I've been able to do it. Honestly though, and this is me being 100% with you, I rarely asked. I really don't care because some of you guys are underpaid and overqualified. Some of you guys are overqualified and underpaid. Some of you guys make more money than you deserve. Not you guys, I'm speaking in a very broad sense. Most of you are unemployed, it sounds like. But you understand? Instead, what I'll tend to ask, and what it sounds like you're about to allude to, or what you're alluding to, is I'll ask, what is your target salary? What are you looking for? And hopefully, if you've done your research, you can give me a realistic answer, or you can give me an answer and I cannot call you back again. Right? So they did this for a couple of reasons. It's to help lower the gender wage gap. Because a lower paying woman, or a woman that was lower paid, then you ask how much your salary is, she gives you this low number, and then jerk recruiter goes, ha, and then low balls. This helps minimize that. Doesn't get rid of it, but it helps minimize that. Also, it helps lower the risk of someone like me Xing you out of a job because you're overpaid. So that can happen too. Everyone here's got, I keep saying that, but you guys are young, right? You will at one point in time get that email, ooh, you're overqualified for this job, which is like the most passive-aggressive compliment on this planet, right? It's not you, it's me. You're just too good to work here at Google. I mean, we only settle for mediocre, right? That's what that email really means. And it sucks, you can't reply to it, or if you reply to it, you gotta be really polite. Thank you. Please keep me in mind for future opportunities that are within my salary requirements and my skill set. And then we never call you back. Yeah, that's life. It's life. So what is your target salary? Your answer should be a range based upon your research and your level of experience pertaining to that job. Does that make sense? If you can go in like that, you're not going to shoot the arrow right on the bullseye, but then you're going to come a lot more close than someone that just winged it and just threw a number out because it sounded awesome or because they Googled it. And it's based upon your experience. 5 years of a software developer, is a lot different than 5 years working at a Best Buy Geek Squad. Might both be into tech, but it's going to be a difference. You have to really objectively look at yourself like that. You have to really objectively decide whether or not this is really how much I'm going to be asking for. So I can circumvent things as a recruiter. Circle back to you. I'll say, what are you currently targeting? Are you willing to share what you made? I can ask, what are you currently making? But like, are you willing to share with me maybe perhaps what your company's compensation structure looks like? So you can say, so you can come back and go, well, you don't have to tell me what you paid, but you can say, hey, my company does offer an annual bonus up to 15%. I'm on target to receive that bonus, just so you know. Things like that. There's ways to maneuver around that. And you're not lying. Please, God, don't lie. But it gives you a better opportunity or a better understanding of what's going on. Questions? I see some. Hit me. Hit me, hit me, hit me. This is a dialogue. Or I can keep going. We can all get out of here earlier. Okay.
I have a question.
There we go.
So, is it a good idea, like, to never give the first number yourself as a candidate, or wait for the recruiter to give you a number? Or I heard in negotiations you should never be the first person to give out a number.
It's like. So, hit me that again. Give me that one more time.
So, if somebody, if a recruiter who is calling me,
Yeah, I've called you. I'm saying, hey, what's your target salary? What are you saying back to me?
So, in a negotiation, should I be the first person to give that number out there, or I should wait for the person to give me a number? So, suppose I did some research.
Yeah.
I found out that this job is currently paying like in the range of 60 to 80.
Sure.
They may not have that number in mind for me, like perhaps like I'm an international candidate for the role, and they may have to, take in some sponsorship into the.
No. Let's talk plain. Because you're right. There's a whole lot of other extenuating factors. Just in general, hey, what number can you toss out that's not going to freak me out, or what can you say? Is you can just be honest and be like, okay, so I call you. I say, what's your target salary range? This is for what's your degree?
I'm doing master's here.
You're doing your master's? What's your job? What job do you want?
Software engineer.
Software engineer. Perfect. We can speak that. So everyone here can know, what does a software engineer do?
So they could work in any part of the web application. Could be a web application in the back end, in the front end.
Yeah. I was hoping you'd be like Aman and be like, they engineer software. But see, you gave me a better answer. Aman. Yeah. Smart ass Aman. So based upon your research, you said, I found that this role can pay anywhere between 60 to 80K. This is just you talking, inner monologue. Human nature. You look up a job, and it says it pays between 60K and 80K. Which one do you want?
80.
Yeah. So why start with the range? Why? Why? Like, why are you lying to me? Why are you lying to yourself? Everyone here does that. Everyone here does their market research on how much a job pays, and they pick the best number they find on the internet. I do that all the time. I go on the scale, and my scale says I weigh 250.2 pounds. I'm like, I weigh 249. That's a better number. It makes me feel good about myself. Right? So, thinking about that internally, if you're like, I know this job pays 60 to 80K, you have how many years of experience? You have 3 years of experience. You interviewed for this job. We're in our hypothetical world. You know you can do this job. Like, you know you can do this job. Ask for 80K. You can always prelude it with 80K, but I'm flexible. Bye. Hope you make money. It's all about the pizza on a Friday. Yeah, I know she's going to make it. So you can say, I make 80K. I'm targeting 80K, but I'm flexible. That's fine. In your mind, have a bottom line. Let's be real. In your mind, have a bottom line. Have a number that you'd be willing to settle for.
Okay, so if I say like I'm targeting a range of 75 to 80.
No, you're targeting 80K. Ladies, I'm going to tell you guys a hilarious story about an offer I made to an employee. Female potential candidate. She was applying for a DBA job. Speaking hypothetically here. And I asked her, this is 2 years ago, so I was allowed to do this. I said, hey, what do you currently make? And she literally said, I have no idea. This wasn't a fresh grad. This is a female person who has been in the workforce for 5+ years. And she literally said to me, I have no idea. So I'm like, I'm going to do you a huge favor. I'm going to get off this call. You're going to go check your most recent stubs. You're going to do that formula I just gave you. And you're going to come back to me with how much you make. Because if not, I can offer you anything. Anything. When I spoke to the hiring manager, when I originally opened up the job requisition, I was told that the job could pay anywhere between $60,000 to $65,000. I'm throwing out completely made up numbers, so please don't call my job and say Glenn gave this away. $60,000 to $65,000 for the right person. He met this candidate, interviewed her, was like, she's a little green. And I asked her how much she made. The manager did. And she said that. And he was like, I'm going to make an offer to her. And so we started to get to the negotiation part. And I was like, how much you want to offer? He's like, 50. I was like, but you told me the job can pay up to 65. The minimum was 60. Yeah, but, you know, she's kind of inexperienced. She's green. I thought about it. She doesn't know blah, 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 blah. Right? Just, and I fought. I said, absolutely not. This is not me self-aggrandizing here. I just fought because it's not right to do that. And let's be honest, just some people, some managers do. So we ended up getting her in at 60. I got her at the lower end of the pay range. Come to find out, just for the moral of the story, by the way, she made $45,000. That was the math she figured out. We could have offered her 50. Let's be clear. I could have offered her 50, and she would have smiled and took it, because there's more money than she's making. She would have been happy. She would have known none the wiser. But then she would have been another one of these statistics. You're not going to get a recruiter like me. That's not self-aggrandizing. You're just not. You've got to fight for what you're worth. Now, let me be clear. I don't mean get volatile. I don't mind be unwilling to bend. But know your worth. So you just now gave me 75 to 80K. Next time, ask for 80. Okay? Answer? Question? Here in your time. Hit me.
How to define a good range? I mean, I can say my range is $30 to $100 an hour.
Your range is $100 an hour. I can do this all day. Give me another one. You're asking for $100 an hour.
No, I said
Oh.
for the range.
Mm-hmm.
If I say $30 to $100 an hour, so how do you define a good range? I mean, should it be like 30, 40, 40?
What's a great range?
What's a good range?
The difference between the range.
Between
The upper limit and the lower limit.
lower limit and upper $20,000 range, $10,000 range, what's the range?
What is the range? Like, what's the right amount of money? You're saying what's the
Between upper and lower.
Difference between the lower limit and upper limit.
Oh, what's the difference? You mean in terms of within a company or within what you're looking for?
What I'm looking for.
What you're looking for, you found that number because you look for a range. Within a company is based on the pay bands like we mentioned before. Am I answering you right? Or am I misunderstanding here? Yeah, thank you. That was a rhetorical question. We're supposed to move on from that. No, so okay, I just want, give me your hypothetical. Run me through it, because maybe I'm misunderstanding.
Okay, so as a recruiter, you asked me that what's your salary range?
What is your target range? Okay.
Yeah, I said, not the target range, yeah, I would say $30 to $50 an hour.
Okay.
So, I mean, should there be a difference so that, I mean, there's a difference of $20
What
between
he's asking
30 and
is
50.
there should be,
So should it be like
what's the
less?
target difference between your low and high in your range?
Oh, about 10%. Sorry, 10%. That help?
10%.
About 10%. I'm going to give you guys an advice that, like, turn your cameras off. Generally speaking, when it comes time for me, and I'm talking about, and someone's offering me a job, and they ask me what my target salary is, I inflate by about 10%. Please, God, don't get me in trouble for that. Like, I'm trusting you guys. Honestly, I adjust by 10%. Because I know, that when I know they have a range, and at the minimum, they'll hit my target number. Or I'll get paid more. Dudes, ladies, pick up notes. What's up?
So do we consider like where the job is means where they are giving the posting or something like that? The location of the
The location of the job or the location of the posting?
location of the job.
Yeah, you should absolutely.
Do we need to consider it, like for example, for software engineer in California, if it is 100K, and in Boston it should be like, for example, 90K. So, do we need to consider this thing?
100%. You absolutely should. You got to discover. Like there's a saying in Connecticut, you have to be rich in Connecticut to be poor in New York. All right? You got to be rich in Connecticut to be poor in New York. So yeah, geographic plays a huge thing. You look at a software engineer in Silicon Valley, your eyes will bleed. Well, how much they'll pay those guys. But then look at rent in Silicon Valley. It's like the same. If anything, you'll be poor. You can be $100,000 poor. Right? So yeah, geography plays a huge thing. Look at Boston. Geography plays a huge thing in cost of housing. Plays a huge thing in terms of your personal insurance, car insurance, auto insurance, life insurance. Your geographic location plays a factor in all those other things. Why wouldn't it play a factor in salary? Go ahead.
So do we have any these strategies of the like location-wise, how much we should expect in that location for such position?
Yeah, so like going back on those research sites that we're talking about, salary.com, linkedin.com, I know I pooped on them earlier, but that is still your best way to get it. The only other avenue is to reach out to those employee companies, but then you're going to have to pay for that data. So it's up to you guys whether or not you want to pay for it, how extensive you want to go. This is where you would leverage, like say, a local recruiting agency. A recruiting agency that covers a district. For example, my agency covered New Hampshire, Boston, and New York. They can give you ranges of what the job will pay in different areas or locales. So yeah, you should have that information on hand and some knowledge on that, at least an idea. A software engineer or a DBA, for example, a DBA in Connecticut, I used to fill those jobs when I was living in Hartford. A DBA in Connecticut, at least when I was there, which is around 2011, 2012, would pay around $50,000 a year. Here, you can get up to like 80, 90, I'm not giving away. Hey, how much money do you make? No, I'm just joking. How much money do they offer you? But he's nodding, so I'm about right. Depending upon your level. It's the difference. Does that answer your question? Go on, man. Anyone else have any questions? We can keep going. We're going to keep doing this.
I have a question.
Oh, what's up?
Suppose on the website it's posted that this particular job has like $30 per hour. So when I am offered a job, and I researched it and I feel that 30 is enough for the profile that I have.
Yeah.
So is it always wise to negotiate every time or?
No.
No.
It's not. And that's where you're just going to have to use your pure instinct or your gut to know. And I know that's probably not a good answer, but honestly, like I told you guys, I can go up here and do this. You can have another recruiter come up here next week and just completely blast this out. It's not a binary thing. So depending upon the company or structure, they're very rigid in their payability. If you're talking about $30 an hour, you're talking about a contract. Contract rates are even tougher because they're very much. Typically within a company structure, a contract budget or a contractor budget is a completely separate budget than a salary budget. So typically, within at least within the most companies I'm aware of, a cost per hire is usually charged within the company's like either HR or within the department's cost, but it's a continuous cost. You guys understand that there's a cost per hire, right? Let's level that field here. Hiring you costs money. And you haven't even started making the money yet. You guys know that? Okay. So there's a cost per hire. So when you're seeing something like a contract rate, it's usually because it's like the difference between, if you guys get like summer camp, it's like petty cash. And I don't mean petty like petty, but like, you know what I mean? Like, you guys know what the term petty cash is?
I don't think they know.
They don't know? Okay, that's cool. It's like the piggy bank of just money. As opposed to like, hey, this is in the bank in the safe. Like when you go to summer camp, there was always like, go get petty cash. And like the petty cash would be like something where the counselor can just quickly get like a 5 or a 10 out and buy you some popcorn or candy. Man, you guys didn't go to summer camp? Thank you. Who went to summer camp? Man, I have a better childhood than all of you. No, joking. You guys just came out of the womb, went straight to school. You guys are animals. So there's a difference between where the budget can come from. From the outside, you won't know. You're not supposed to know that. So it's not expected that you would. But just so you know, sometimes the cost of a hire can come from different places. So sometimes it's inflexible because it's like straight cash. It's like your department has $100,000 to spend on hiring. However you want to spend that, that's all you. So sometimes to lower that cost, they can get it like there. Also, I don't know. I'm gonna go on a rant. But did I answer your question? Or if I go off the handle here? Okay.
You can also negotiate things other than salary.
We're gonna talk about that. Thank you, my wife. She keeps me on track. Okay, sorry. So, how do I decide whether or not if I should take an offer? And that depends on what you want. It depends, is it a fair offer? Is the juice worth the squeeze? It's like the best saying ever. Say it with me, guys. Say, is the juice worth the squeeze? Church. Church. You guys can take that with you, use it. People will be like, that is good. That is good. So you shouldn't walk away from an offer feeling like you got gypped, or feeling like you got shortchanged, or feeling like you got robbed, whatever terminology you kids are using now. Good luck. Hope you make a lot of money. Bye. You make a lot of money. But think about that. Besides money, guys. I mean, money's great. Money's great. But besides money, what else can a job offer you that you would want? Spitfire.
Time for yourself.
Benefits.
Responsibility for the job.
Nerd.
Networks?
What's up?
Network?
Network?
Yeah.
I like that. You got plans, bro. That's a great answer. I wasn't expecting that one. Network. I like that. Speaking as a recruiter. It's not all about the money. You have to consider the total package. Vacation time. Flexible time. Or flex time. Depending upon the company, these two things can be negotiated. So, depending upon the company's structure, usually determines the flexibility of these benefits. For example, startup companies tend to pay more. We call it combat pay. Right? Startup companies dump money at you guys. Just dump it. But it's like the risk reward of a startup, right? For every Facebook, give me a company that bombed. MySpace. For every Facebook, there's a MySpace.
High five.
Which one?
High five.
I ain't even heard of it. Clearly, they didn't make it. Pandora was hanging on by a thread. I'm like Spotify all day, every day. But you guys look it up. Spotify doesn't even make money, right? Spotify doesn't even make money. They're right here in Cambridge. I had a friend get an offer from them. Mid-level engineer, $110,000. Pulled up the news. Spotify broke. So startups are crazy. But it's not to get confused with small companies. Small companies may not have that budget to do combat pay. There's a difference between a startup, there's a difference between a small company. Okay? You understand that distinction? So don't get it twisted. Don't go out there and be like, go to like your local grocery store, $80,000. Startup, there's a fundamental difference. Whereas larger companies tend to be more rigid, aka like myself. I have bands. That's what I can play in. I know you guys always want to haggle me when I'm on the phone with you, but I literally have this is my world. And I go outside of that, I get fired. I don't like you guys that much. I love my job. I make too much money. I can't risk it. So that's kind of like a big thing to know about. Smaller companies tend to have more flexibility when it comes time to negotiate for flex or vacation time. I am going to embarrass my wife right now because she's out here in the front, but I can tell you, hopefully, can I tell them? Exactly. That's how relationships work. She accepted a new job. Congratulate her. Congratulate my wife. When she was negotiating for her salary, she asked for a pretty high number because she had an awesome coach. And unfortunately, they told her, I was like, you crazy? Double that. No. 10%, guys. 10%. Unless you're my wife. She can ask for all the money in the world. She asked for the money. They said, hey, we can't afford that. So, She was like, well, do I settle? I have this other job. Opportunity coming away. Maybe I wait and see what they say. And then it was like a light bulb. I'm like, well, why don't you just ask for more vacation time? We love to travel. If there's anything that's more important to me than money, it's traveling. But it's ironic because I need money to travel. That's the ironic thing. So her company, being a little bit smaller, I'm not going to give you her name so you can't look her up and then get her in trouble. She was able to haggle for an extra couple of weeks of vacation time. Make sense? You try to do that in my company. I've had people try it. And my HR department laughs at you. Because we're a global company. We have 15,000 employees. You're not special. You're on the freight train, buddy. You're riding along the same escalator that we all are. Can't give you more vacation. Why? It's just the way it is. So smaller companies can sometimes have more flexibility in doing that. Are you mad at me for telling them that?
No.
Yes. My Friday is not ruined. Couple of other things. Most of these times are not as negotiable. Obviously, benefits. If anyone here can haggle better benefits, call me. That would be fantastic. But professional development, tuition reimbursement, some companies allow that, some companies offer that. A lot of companies don't even tell you they offer that. You got to find out, because that's money they don't want to pay you guys. Find out and get that money. My company offers $6,000 in tuition reimbursement, which is not much. I get it. Was that like a book here? Did you pay that money to get into this? Because you wasted your money. I'm not going to give you any tips. Commuting expenses, a lot, especially here in Boston, everyone knows. We all got to ride that same awful line. You guys are Green Lines, right? I used to be Green Line. I moved out of here, man. God bless you guys. That is hell on earth. It is so tight. Commuting expenses, employee discounts, gym memberships, little perks like that. Relocation services, if applicable. If applicable. We can talk about that. So I see a hand getting. Is that you? Are you about to? No? All right, cool. I'm jumpy, not you. Oh. Oh. I should have known my demographic before I brought this up. Now, guys, let's be honest, all right? We have foreign nationals in the room? All right. Sponsorship's important? Do you make that be the first question you ask when you get on a phone? Yeah, you lie. Some of you do. And I don't call you back. That's like the next question after how much money. I'll get, hello? I'm Amandeep. How much does the job pay? 50,000. Do you sponsor me? I don't even know you. Dude, let's get to know. Let's dance, man. Not making fun of Amandeep just because you're the only guy's name I know. Give me another name. Someone else. Give me your name. What's your name? I know your name. Annie. What's your name? I was talking to you. He was like, not him. Not him. What's your name?
Jigar.
Jigar? Yeah. All right, what's your name? Aaron. Aaron? Heret? I'm done. Amandeep. That's not worth it. I respect you, man, but I'll get in trouble. I'm on camera. This is being broadcasted, maybe. I don't know. No one knows. But this is something to take into consideration, guys. I understand on your side. Like, don't get me wrong. I 100% empathize. You guys came over here. You got some redheaded dude talking about kicking you out. Your job is to stay here as long as possible. But visa sponsorships cost money. So a company has to decide whether or not it's worth that investment in you. They can cost anywhere from $60,000 to $100,000. We got a lot of OPT in the house? OPT? OPT? Hey, you guys are good. And for like 2 years, right? 3? 3 years? I'm not an immigration specialist. Shut up. I'm a recruiter. I'm happy I even knew that. But it's an important thing, and I understand. But look, think about that in your total package. I'm not saying now you should take that $60,000 when the job could pay $100,000, but just take that in consideration for yourselves if it's applicable. These things cost money. Next one. Sign-on bonus. Yes. The mythical, magical sign-on bonus. Everyone wants one. No one knows why. No one even knows how to get one. They always just know someone that got one. They're like, I want that too. I want a sign-on. I want all my money plus some more money. I want money on top. I want a money sandwich. I want a money burrito. Sign-on bonus. Why would a company give you one? Sign-ons are useful, usually when the salary expectations from yourself may be above what my company's salary ranges are able to pay. But we just love you that much. Man, you got to be good. Since most of you here seem like you're unemployed, you're not that good. Just being real. You'll earn it, though. You'll get there, guys. You'll get there. You're young, I think. I don't know. So, they're good for that. They're also used if you have a large expense that will prohibit you from starting sooner than what the company wants. So when I moved up here to Boston with my girlfriend at the time, wife now, you've seen her. We had to move to Boston. I was broke. We were living in Hartford. I looked at Boston rent. I puked. And then in my job, I asked for a sign-on bonus to help cover the cost of relocation. And I was lucky enough to get a $7,000 sign-on bonus. What? I know. I'm that good. You guys aren't yet. You'll get there. But I asked for it. I'm going to flip you guys on your head. I didn't ask for it. My wife asked for it. That was my wife that got that $7K sign-on bonus. Gender! I didn't want to embarrass her again. But then she was looking at it. She was like, that was my money. And it was your money, honey. But she asked for it. Because she had an awesome coach. Because we're sitting there like, how are we going to be able to move? This job wants me to start on December 15th. It's November 29th. We got to find an apartment, cost of moving, blah, blah, blah. She asked for it, and she got it. You guys, if you're living in Austin, and you get offered a job in Cambridge, and you're like, moving expense, you might get a different response. Right? Is that fair? My company typically offers sign-on bonuses and or relocation packages. If one, you're awesome. Two, we need you to start pretty soon. And three, you're at least a couple of time zones away. If you're in Florida, get a van. If you're in Texas, all right, we got you. You're in Cali, you're crazy. They got better weather, but we'll help you. You're in India, you're in Europe, you got any friends or family you can stay with? Yeah. Does that make sense, guys? But one thing to be aware of. Oh, sorry, and there's one other reason why you'll get a sign-on bonus. You guys aren't here yet, but one day you will be, and I can tell you, it's awesome. Is if you're leaving your current company and walking away from a bonus. So if you're like, for example, my company does payouts for bonuses in April. So you offer me a job in March. I would say, but I have a bonus coming up. What can't they do? They can't ask me how much that bonus is. They can't ask me, am I going to get that bonus? They can't ask me how much money I make. I just get to say, hey, I would be walking away from money on the table. Is there anything you can do for me? Yeah. And depending on how awesome you are and how well you sell that, they'll buy you out. What kind of bonus are you walking away from? 25,000. Yeah. No, don't lie. Just stretch. Questions?
Why do you have asterisks on close to points?
Because those are the only two that are relatively negotiable, based on the company, depending on the company. At least, and I'm sorry, maybe, and you're right, you caught me. Remember, I'm not good at PowerPoint, because technically sign-on bonus is negotiable, and technically sponsorship can be negotiable. So thank you on that. Luckily, I'll delete this, and it'll never exist again. But yeah, that's mainly the reason why. You can usually, depending on the company, once again, negotiate flex time, vacation time. What's up?
Yeah, can interns or co-op ask for sign-on bonus?
No, dude, it's a co-op. You crazy? Did you just get here? You're the dude that said network earlier, and now you're going to ask me that? No, you guys have zero leverage. I am sorry. I'm gonna hurt your feelings. You have zero leverage. Your interns are co-ops, dude. You guys are just excited and eager to make that money. You guys, if there's any advice I can give you is, you're going to have to eat shit for a little while. Sorry. But afterwards, if you do it right, and do this right, then you get to feed other people shit. And that's the circle of life. Not really, but I'm a cynic. Yeah, man, I got you. You're the only one with the hand raised.
Like, what if in a scenario we are fortunate, like Amandeep, to have 2 jobs?
Amandeep, you're gonna get it tonight, buddy. You didn't tell nobody here you got 2 job offers?
Okay, but yeah, getting to the question, if we have 2 offers, how do we use one to maybe not really blackmail or threaten?
You can pick any other word, man. It's called negotiation.
The reason I use these words, so they don't come across as these words. Like, that's what I want to ask you.
Nah, I appreciate it.
Go soft on the second recruiter, saying that I have this on hand already.
I know, dude, it's a fantastic question. I'm going to answer that by moving on. No, I'm joking. We're going to answer that because this is going to help you. It's going to lead into that. How long do you have to think about the offer? So let's talk in your hypothetical world. You got offered the same job. You didn't get offered. You got offered from 2 different companies at the same time. One pays more than the other?
Somewhat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
One pays more than the other?
But it's not like I mean, it's a difference, not a vast difference.
Yeah.
But I want to work for the company that pays maybe a little lesser.
Okay.
So I'm walking away from good money to pursue what I want.
Yeah.
On those things.
This is going to lead into my final slide, and we'll leave it up. But I'm gonna tell you right now.
We can do it later if you want to finish.
No, dude, no, because I'll never answer it. And then you'll walk out of here like, that was a waste of my time. So first off, chase the opportunity, not the money. But we're working in your hypothetical world. You're talking to me as a recruiter. I make you an offer. This is what happens when this situation happens. This is the passive-aggressive BS that will throw us off. What's your name?
Rashid.
Rashid? I'll say Rashid. What's the job you want?
Business analyst.
Everyone wants to be a business analyst, but you guys are obsessed with that job. It's not that cool. No, I'm joking. It's actually a really cool job. So Rashid, I'm offering you this job, this business analyst position. It pays the exact amount of money that you want to be paid. Blah, blah, here's a whole packet. What do you say? And you're like, can I think about it? Cool. How long do you need to think about it? A week. No, you don't. A recruiter like me is going to be like, no, you don't. Yeah, 24 to 48 hours. I have other people I'm interviewing. Like, it automatically puts me in that mode. So, you can buy yourself a little bit of time. If you're not a recruiter like me, perfect example, I don't make offers on Fridays. I won't offer you a job on a Friday. Because you're going to have that whole weekend. And I don't want you to have that weekend. I don't want you to have it. I make offers on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'll get back to you on Monday. But say you don't have a recruiter like me, and he makes you that offer on Friday. You're like, can I get a week to think about it? That would just set off so many red alarms for me. My next question to you would be, why would you not take this job? And this is where the passive-aggressive stuff kicks in. You can be 100% honest, which is what I recommend for you all to do, and say, honestly, I have another opportunity lined up. I really, really love what I saw at your company, but I had to make the best choice for my career. I had to make my best choice. So please just give me 24 to 48 hours to think about it and look at this other offer. That is a much better way, because then I can work with that. I can go, okay, well, what's the other company? Actually, it's not even my business. You don't got to tell me what the other company is. What are they offering you? What about my company would make you say no? Maybe you didn't get the warm and fuzzy from the manager. That one's kind of hard. But maybe it was just like, well, no one answered this question. No one answered that question. When I went there, I saw this. Those are solvable problems. You can go, well, you know, this one's, you can't change the location. So you can't be like, well, honestly, this company's closer. I can't hate on that, especially the way Boston commute is. But if your thing is, well, you know, that one, I'm still in school, and I need to leave work on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And when I interviewed with the manager, he told me he needs me here every day, all day. I can go, all right, you know what, give me a little bit. I can go back to that manager and be like, hey, look, this guy's still going to school. He needs to leave a little bit early. You're going to try to tell me you're not flexible? Oh, no, I didn't even say it like that. I didn't mean it like that. Or, yeah, he's a harsh dictator, and I'll call you back and be like, take the other job. This guy's a jerk. But there's some more maneuvering you can do. The passive aggressive thing that happens, because you guys aren't prepared for that, is you just say, maybe. Do you want this job? Maybe. Can I think about it? How long? I don't know. 7 to 10 days? Why? Oh, I have to ask my wife. I have to ask my mom. I have to talk to my family about it. You can talk to your family about it. Teresa, is it okay that I make more money? She knows how to. She's like, more, but not more than me. Gender gap. Solved. Immediately solved. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? You've got a limited window, my friend. And the more honest you can be, the better you'll be than sitting there trying to passive aggressively buy some time. Unless you are in like a rock star, you can get a recruiter like me to be like, oh yeah, I'll totally wait 2 weeks. Please. I'm going to be like, you got 48 hours. Today's Monday. Call you Wednesday. Let me know then. And then, oh, I need some more time. You know what? Unfortunately, with the speed of the project that we're moving on, we are in the middle of ramping up. I totally respect what you're doing. You're a smart guy. You're an awesome guy. And I wish we could get you on. But unfortunately, we're just going to have to pursue other candidates that are a bit more engaged at this moment. Isn't that passively, aggressively jerky too? But you make me do it. That's what you guys make us do. Instead of just being like, I can just be like, honestly, I've had in situations where I'm like, look, he has got another interview lined up. He's got another offer on the way. Or he's got that offer. Because honestly, I don't care if you got an offer on the way. I want to see, you got that offer? Cool, what was it? Cool. Then I can go back to the manager and be like, you know what? You only offered him 80. This job was offering 82. Sign-on bonus. Sign-on bonus. You can't afford it? Or I got a range. I can work with that. You dig what I'm saying? I can work with you. We can't work with you if you do passive-aggressive bullshit. No one can in your life. It's got to be real. Did I answer your question? My man. Another one? Another one. Nothing? Okay. Boston is small. Boston, I've been here for too long. Boston is small, guys. You will be mind blown by how small it is. Mind blown. Burning bridges like that, it will catch up to you. Especially if you're in tech. Especially if you're in tech. Recruiter in a recruiter network is pretty small. I know a recruiter at almost all of your top 5 companies if you actually had one. But you guys don't right now, so I don't know. But after this, you guys can look me up on LinkedIn. I have over 5,000 connections. You can leverage that. As my man said, he's looking for a network, which is super important. That's a whole other seminar I can do. So, is the juice worth the squeeze? Say it. Is the juice worth the squeeze? A bird in the hand? You know the saying? My mom always says, don't jump off the boat to grab at the shadow. I always thought it was some weird Jamaican shit. It never made sense to me until I got older. And then you can kind of think about it. Don't jump off the boat to grab at the shadow. Does that make sense? Say, yes, that's my mom. Think about it. So invest in yourselves. This is what can help you guys out. This is an art, not a science. Once again, there's another recruiter can come here next week and completely blow my presentation out the water and give you guys a different set of advice. Odds are they're going to give you the same scripted, canned stuff that you can pull up yourself. Be yourself. Be honest. Do your research. Right? I demand that you guys do some self-investment and train yourselves in the art of public speaking and sales. Let me be honest with you guys. I hate sales. I hate it. I've never been good at it. I've never liked to do it. Every time people meet me, they go, oh my God, you're so handsome. And then after that, they go, You should be in sales. And I'm like, I want to punch you in the face. It's not a compliment to me. I don't like sales. I don't like sales. I've never felt good about haggling people, ripping people off. Ugh, the volley. I've never felt good about it. But I'm good at it. And it's because I do a lot of self-investment in terms of books and in terms of public speaking. No matter what degree you have, or whatever career you're pursuing, if you are good at public speaking and sales, those two things, you will own it. You can be a dope software engineer. You can be a dope DBA. It doesn't matter what your job is. Those two things can help you. Because all of us here are going to interview. At some point in time, all of us here are going to interview. So if you're good at either of those two things, you're going to do much, much better. There's some great books out there. So these are the ones I recommend. There are other ones out there. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Who here has read that? You guys are awesome. If you haven't read that, do it right now. Duh. It's a short read. It's super easy. And I know this is going to sound hyperbolic, but it changed my life. Honestly, it really did. If you absorb it. You can read it, absorb it, and then read it again. I've read it 3 times. I'm lying to you. I listened to it 3 times. Because audiobooks exist. And who has time to read? The Art of the Hustle. Awesome books, a little bit more hip-hoppy. Hip-hoppy? You can tell I'm from Connecticut. But it's just a good book. It's from a guy that used to be a drug dealer. And like, chill out. It's a guy that used to be a drug dealer and then turned his life around. And he started investing in like mortgages, things like that. And, he did the Jay-Z rags to riches story. There is something to be said about a hustler, judging whether or not their lifestyle. And all you guys are hustlers. Some of you came here from a different country on your own. You flew here. How long is that flight? Give me. How long is that flight? 22. F that, man. 22 hours? Flew over here. You're sitting here on a Friday. Listen to this jerk talk about negotiating. On a Friday. You guys are hustling right now. If you don't think that's a hustle, then you gotta recalibrate. You guys are hustling right now. You could be out right now. I saw Qdoba. It was popping. I love burritos. Perfect Selling, great book. It was one of the first sales books I ever read. When I started recruiting on the agency side, I got promoted into a sales role because I was charming and handsome and awesome. And the manager at the time gave me this book. I read it, and it was good. It helped me out. Like I said, I hated every minute of it, but I got good at it. Gems from Warren Buffett, but I preclude that with anything from Warren Buffett. Who here knows who Warren Buffett is? Seriously? Who's Warren Buffett? Yeah, go ahead. You guys are... You guys don't know who Warren Buffett is? Thank you. Google it right now in front of me, and then give me a right answer. Thank you. Thank you. This dude's one of the richest people in the world. The guy's like 80 years old. And dude, balls when it comes to writing awesome, awesome stuff about how to make money. You guys should all have a Warren Buffett book on your desk. Who's Warren Buffett? I heard that. I'm not going to give you the answer. You look that up. That dude deserves your respect because that dude makes money. And everyone here wants to make money because you're sitting here about a conversation about how to make more money. Okay? Pitch Anything, really good book. Helps you learn how to sell. And Presence by Amy Cuddy. Because everyone here has to have some presence. The days of my techies sitting in a basement, coding by yourselves, eating bonbons is over. We want programmers nowadays, man. You guys, who watch the Silicon Valley? Thank you. So you guys got that reference. 2 of you? You guys got to watch some more. 3 of you? Come on. The show's hilarious. It's like 5 seasons in. They call them programmers. The nerds rule the world, man. On the side, for your public speaking, Toastmasters. Super helpful. Did those when I was younger. Literally, you learn how to public speak. I took a whole Toastmasters class. I also took improv classes when I moved here to Boston. One, because I was lonely, and I didn't know anyone, and the accents here are terrible. The Boston accents, let me be clear, not being racist, being Bostist. I'm funny, I know that. Improv classes help me refine that. It's a sword. I took improv classes. Go on Groupon. I did it on Groupon, $80. Like, you guys got to invest in yourselves. Get better at that. It's going to help you. You think it sounds crazy, like playing bongos, making jokes with people, but it helps you learn how to interact. It helps you learn how to think off the top of the head. So I see you guys at career fairs, and you can't think off the top of your heads. You guys are nervous, wet piles of human. Improv will help with that, guys. You guys think I'm joking, but it will. So I went to WPI and, whatever. I don't know if there's a competition thing or whatever. It's nerds versus nerds. And I went to a career fair a year ago, and a girl came up to me, and she was like yay tall. Like that big. And I'm like, what are you, an 8th grader? And I literally made that joke. I'm like, oh my God, you're so short. I'm like, why are you here? Go home and grow. And it's kind of rude. In context, that was rude. At that time, I was like, I'm being funny. But seriously, she sent me a LinkedIn message a year later. Because one of the other things, too, I told her, sorry, besides the short joke, she hadn't had any experience with the particular thing she was looking for. Business analyst. The coup de grace of jobs, apparently. Oh my God. Who here wants to be a business analyst? Raise your hand. Apparently not at Northeastern, never mind. Who wants to be a DBA? Raise your hand. Nerd. What do you guys want to do when you grow up? No, I'm joking. No, but that's awesome. No, business analyst is huge as well with WPI. It's a very lofty job. So for folks that aren't aware, a business analyst essentially acts as an intermediary between technical teams and their customers. They translate the functional to the technical and the technical to the functional. The way I like to put it is, they talk nerd to the nerds and they talk sales to the sales guys. And they make sure they never meet because they would explode. A supernova of nerd would happen. And salespeople they would melt their brains. And so they can't happen. So that's what a business analyst does, layman's. Am I right? I love it. Thanks, man. So that helps. So anyway, back to the story. She emails me a year later on LinkedIn, and she goes, and I get LinkedIn messages all day, guys. I'm sorry, I do. I can't possibly get back to all of them. So I just don't bother trying. And at this point in time, I only get back to the really good ones. Because all of you guys are like, hi, Glad. I recently looked at your blank job posted on site, which I never even posted it on. I believe that my background is like a Harry Potter novel. I'm like, I'm not reading that. I'm like, why would I read that? That's crazy. I'm not doing that. But this girl sent me a message. She was like, hi, Glenn. I don't know if you remember me or not, but I just want to let you know, I didn't grow in my height, but I grew in my experience. And since then, I've taken an internship at XYZ. So now I think I'm that much more confident that I could do the job that you have posted. I made her an offer 48 hours later. No bullshit. I had her phone screen the manager and made her an offer by phone. And I don't typically do that. Not because I don't want to, because that'd make my life easier. But because my managers don't want that. They want to see you. They don't want to watch you bleed. But she could talk. But she gave me a message. She came back to me, and she wasn't like canned. She had personality, guys. Have some personality. You guys are all boring. How's that possible? You have friends. Do your friends hate you? Find out. Do some research. Let me know. Hi, Glenn. I did some research. That'd be the best LinkedIn message. Hi, Glenn. I did some research. And I found out my friends do hate me. Do you have any jobs to get me out of here? I found out everyone I know and love hates my guts. Questions? Is that cool? Are we cool? Yes. Are we cool? Yes. All right, guys. Read some books. Do some self-investment. Get better. Take some improv. Who's going to take an improv class right now? Raise your hand. Or you guys are just going to, I'm going to call your bluff right now. Who is going to look up an improv class for me? It's a trick. All of you should be raising your hands right now. This is embarrassing. Thank you. Raise your hands right now. You're going to look up an improv class. Raise your hands right now. You're going to look up an improv class. Keep your hands up. You're going to do Toastmasters. Keep your hands up. You're going to read 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Keep your hands up. You're going to look up who Warren Buffett is. Are you guys going to wipe your ass with my advice? Raise your hands. Thank you. Thank you for the honesty. Or you could waste your Friday and wipe your ass with my advice and then complain to your career services department that blah blah recruiter hasn't gotten back to me when I sent him the pre-templated email message that would pull up on my LinkedIn. Hi, blank. I found your blank job. Please look at my resume. Do you sponsor? What do you pay? Or, these things cost about $7 per book. You can do some self-investment. Chase the opportunity, not the money. The money will come, I promise you. The money will come, I promise you, if you chase the opportunity and not the money. My first job paid me $25,000 a year. I am now one of the richest men in the world. I am Warren Buffett. Psych! Since half of you don't even know, I want you to leave now and be like, Warren Buffett was great. Didn't know he was black. Guys, this is the part where I'm done. You can decide whether or not you want to ask me questions or you want to enjoy your Friday night. Go for it while I pick up my life. Oh, you're done? All right. Okay, we're done then. You clapped, then you're done. Oh, now there's questions after. Then you got to clap again after. Just so you know. Well, in that case, I'm going to keep my cool punchline up on the screen because I made that up yesterday. Go ahead. Oh, that's my wallpaper. That's embarrassing but awesome. These are all the interns that I hired last year. Everyone should know, not everyone, but Kunal Sharma. No, he's not up there. Oh, yeah, there he is. Where is he? I can't see. There he is. Y'all know my man Kunal?
Wow, what's the point?
Yeah.
From my ass. He got hired last year. We placed him, and he's still there.
That's Kunal.
You hired full time, right?
I hired Kunal full time. Yep, I hired her full time as well.
People from my ass team, they went there full time.
That's true.
Because they did amazing in their club, and he hired them.
Kunal's a great dude. Yeah. Someone here's a roommate of Kunal. Where is he? Yeah, what's up? There he is. Who here knows Kunal Sharma? He's like the most popular kid ever. I went down to University of Florida and met a kid in line, and he literally was like, hey, Kunal Sharma told me I should go talk to you. I was like, how the hell do you know a kid in Florida? It's weird. Anyway, question.
Yeah, so this is regarding current situation, what is happening. One of my friends, he had applied for a full-time opportunity. I mean, in the form he had mentioned that he needs sponsorship. But then he went through final round of interview, and in the final round the HR asked him whether you need sponsorship or not. And he told yes, of course, and they told that we are sorry, we are not able to offer you because we don't offer sponsorship. So in this sort of situation, how should we react?
Well, that sounds like a jerk. Not your friend, the situation. So when you're doing a higher application, that's usually one of the standard questions that get asked. Do you now or in the future require sponsorship? Let's be clear. Legally as well, I can't ask. I cannot ask you, are you legal? I can ask, do you now or in the future currently require sponsorship? If so, what will that be? But I can't make a presumptuous statement like, do you need a green card? Do you need an H-1B? You look like an OPT person. I'd be fired so quickly. So anyway, to get to that point, it sounds like what your friend did was just complete out the employment application, which will just ask that question generally. Are you 18 years and older? Do you require a license? Does your back hurt? And also, do you require sponsorship? He got to that interview process. Now, I can't speak to the company, nor do I want to know where. But you may have had someone that didn't pay attention simply to that application. And that would have saved your friend a whole lot of time and embarrassment. They declined him? Yeah. Did they tell him why? Oh, sorry, you said because he requires sponsorship and the company doesn't do it. So that's when it's good to kind of have those preliminary conversations out the way initially. That is where like honestly, if I was a recruiter in that situation, I would have gotten in trouble on my side because I should have gotten that information up front. When I first talked to you, I should have found out whether or not you would require a sponsorship of some sort. I don't know, I can't speak to that company what our structure's like, and as we talked about before, there's just going to be shitty recruiters out there. The best way to alleviate yourself in that situation is probably to be upfront during the initial call. There's a way to do that, right? Now, I'm not saying for you to say on that first call, hey, will you sponsor me? Because then, yeah, you're going to get me turned off. But you can simply let it be known, like, hi, I know as we're in the middle of a conversation, before we get further down the road, I just want to make you aware that if we decide to pursue this career together, or this opportunity together, that I may in the future require sponsorship. Does your company do that? And then that's it. That's how it'll alleviate for you guys in the future. Whether or not a company decides to pursue you after that, I'm working with the way. You understand? I'm not telling you that's right or wrong. I'm just telling you that's the way it is. Okay? Another question? Okay. I'm on deep. You've been getting it.
Currently, I have a situation. So, the other company from where I got offer, they pay a couple of dollars less as I've researched, but I think they really need a person in that position because they have this 6 month position for an intern.
Mm-hmm.
They are offering me an 8-month position.
Cool.
So should I stay up to it that I need that much amount?
So you're saying based on the fact that the length of your internship is going to be longer than previously advertised, can you?
I've researched about that company, and that company pays a couple of dollars less on our basis compared to the company that I've already had job for. So should I go? Should I say? So there's like I have an offer of $30 per hour.
Sure.
And the company is paying, according to the research, it's paying 28. The other company.
Okay.
So, but they really needed me in that position, and they're offering me 2 months more as an internship. They're offering me 8 months internship, but the protocols in that company they used to give 6 months internship for them. So, as I think they really need a person in that position.
So you're talking about whether or not you're asking me whether or not you should stay longer for less money or go shorter for more money?
Yeah. No, I'm asking should I stay to that limit? If I'm getting 30 from somewhere else. So should I stay there at 30? Because they need me, I know that.
Oh yeah, but this is a completely different company?
Yeah, it is a different company.
Then yeah, I mean, you have to make that, honestly, you have to make the decision for yourself. Once again, is the juice worth the squeeze? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't tell you that. You have to decide whether or not that's worth it. To me, then you have to look at the other factors. Which one is going to make you better?
The other one.
The one that's for less?
Yeah.
Then there's your answer, my friend. Why?
This is a kind of ideal job for me.
Bro, I'd rather make $10 an hour doing something I love than $100 an hour doing something I hate. Right? Eventually, $100,000 becomes only $100,000. But a job you love becomes your career, which becomes your life. So, like, don't let me answer that for you. Sounds like you already know your answer, man. Right? So cool. Tell them I told you that. Your whole career now is my responsibility. Another one?
From one of my past experience, one of the recruiters told me that they are not inclined towards hiring students who require sponsorship. So after the call, I wrote them a mail that saying, please judge me on my abilities, my skills and interests instead of my sponsorship status. That I'll be a resource to your company, something like that. So
yeah.
Do you call that a passive aggressive nature or?
No, you did the right thing, man. The circumstance didn't come out the way that you wanted to, but you did the right thing. You say, hey, look, based on my qualifications, I understand that I may need this, but I'm not asking for this. This is why I'm worth the job. You did the right thing. It's not always going to work out the way you want it to, but that's a testament to your character. And if I was that recruiter, that would make me remember you. But there are shitty recruiters out there that won't. But you did the right thing, man. I'm sorry it didn't work out for you like that. Yeah, I just want to make sure.
Can I make a suggestion to you about a movie? Your last slide.
My last slide?
Yeah.
What about it?
Invest in yourself, money will come to you.
Yeah.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
You should probably watch a movie called 3 Idiots.
Yeah.
Where's this going? No, what movie? Who's in it?
Sorry?
What? It's an Indian movie? And it's called 3 Idiots? Okay, it's a good time? Is it a funny movie, dramedy? What is it? It's a comedy? Is it about like a shitty recruiter named Glenn or something? What? Why should I watch this? That's how personal I took that. No, that's awesome. I will look. You know what? I'll own that.
Yeah, got it.
You got it? 3 Idiots. It's on. Follow up with me. That's your LinkedIn, dude. That's your LinkedIn message. I just helped you. Everyone now is gonna be like, "Yo, Glenn, did you see 3 Idiots?" Boom. I'm making all the money.
You know how many idiots there are? There's 3 of them.
I'm gonna lie to you, be like, "Yeah, I totally saw it. It had 3 idiots." Well, Bill Murray. I'm here on your time. Heta, what's up?
So one question: if the two individuals with the same experience and same got the job for the same position, and they are paid relatively different, so how the lower one can negotiate? Can he state that in the comparative terms?
No, because we like the other person more than that person.
It's the same.
No, I'm just joking. But you're giving me this hypothetical world that just simply doesn't happen. You're talking about 2 homogenous people having the exact same level of experience. They're just the exact same. It just doesn't happen like that. So in your hypothetical world, one got paid less. There's 2 people. One got paid less because they asked for less. Is that fair? If I had 2 of you the exact same in this magical world, one got paid less because they asked for less. Yeah, I got you.
Like last week I had an interview and the recruiter asked me, like it was for co-op, so he asked me like, are you planning to join us back after your graduation? Or will you be moved in Boston? So like what should my answer have been? Like, because I have not made my mind like if I'll be working there after my co-op as well.
Yes.
So like what should be the appropriate answer?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely. I want to be with you forever. I will marry your company. Meet me on Sunday. My whole family will be there. Yes. I didn't tell you to lie. I just told you to say yes. Let's be clear on that. Glenn Anderson tonight did not tell you guys to lie. He just told you to say yes. Is that fair? You're dating, man. This is dating. You're dating. This is a relationship. I mean, do you fart on the first date? No, you don't even fart at all. What's a fart? Never heard of that. A year later, you rip one. Come on, guys. Give me a hard one. No, it's just yes. Cool? All right.
How do you politely walk away from an offer that the juice isn't worth the squeeze?
I've decided the juice is not worth the squeeze. And unfortunately, we must part ways. There is a very polite way to decline an offer that will keep you in my loving heart. I've had people turn down offers numerous times from me, and I still call them. They still answer. Because I built a relationship, I built a rapport. You turning down an offer because you found a better offer, it's not personal. It's not personal. It's business. I get that. You turn down an offer because your mom told you couldn't take the job, or your wife wouldn't let you, or you randomly got sick and there were some circumstances and now you can't take my job, but your LinkedIn got updated a week later. And I'm not giving you BS here. I literally see this happen all the time. It happened to me 2 weeks ago. I had this girl, I thought we had a thing going, man. Not my wife, but she understands. I had interviewed her. I was like, this is a hook, line, and sinker. I didn't even bother interviewing any other people. I'm an idiot. I was like, she's in love. She told me the whole time. She's like, I asked, I'm like, hey, do you have any other opportunities lined up? Just so I know. No. You're my one and only. And I was like, oh. I know. Je t'aime. And then I made her an offer. She asked for a day to think about it. I was like, a day? Of course. Talk to your family. Ask your wife. Ask your husband. Sorry, ask your husband. And then she sent me an email the next morning with, Glenn, I really appreciated the interview, and I really had a hard time deciding. No, you didn't. That I took another opportunity. Like, no, you had a hard time deciding between my money and more money? No, you didn't. Yeah. But at the same time, like, she was respectful. She's like, I just had to take another opportunity. It was closer to home. It's more in line with my career goals. She can be the whole laundry list. And I've seen it so many times that I'm cynical, so I'm like, yeah, right, but I understand, dude. It's true. It happens. But I'm cool with that. I've had other people where I've made them an offer, and they asked me for a week to think about it. And then that week wants to be 2 weeks. And this is when I was young and stupid. It's like, 2 weeks? Sure, that totally makes sense. And in between that time, they're just interviewing. And then finally I get an email 2 weeks in. Oh, personal circumstances have came up. And I can no longer take, I am really, really bummed out that I couldn't take this job. I got sick, my dog died, whatever, I don't care. And then like a week later, LinkedIn update, boom, blah, blah's got a new job. I'm like, oh, you cheated on me. Yeah, man, it happens. There is a way to politely decline an offer. I hope I just don't say it. All right? This is being respectful and being honest. Just being honest about it. Can't fault you for that. That is a way that you cannot. That's a way that you cannot burn a bridge. You'll burn a bridge by just completely lying. Another one. I'm here in your time. After this, I leave. You never see me again. But I left a place in your heart. You'll think about me forever. Cool.
Are you guys still hiring for co-op?
Marikla. For the love of God. It is 7:30 at night. Guys, the art of the hustle, Marikla. If you guys don't know what a hustler is, Marikla is your beacon of hustle mentality. Marikla hustles so hard, she doesn't have time to write the body of an email. Her email is the subject line. Which doesn't sound like a big deal until that shit pulls up on your phone and you're on the highway trying to read a subject line. It's impossible. I almost crashed. I am indeed still looking for interns. So Glenn the Amadeus recruiter is alive and kicking. He is here right now for you for 2 minutes. I am looking for interns at my company. Does anyone know what Amadeus does? It's okay if you don't. It's not a trap. I appreciate you raise your hand. Amadeus provides IT solutions specifically for the travel industry. That is everything from searching, ticketing, booking, luggage check, anything involved with getting you on and off an airplane. That platform itself is pretty flexible, so it works with companies like, say, Kayak, Expedia, and Orbitz. They provide the front-end UI, but all the data searching is happening on us. We also work with car rental companies and hotel chains. So the ironic part is, since we just determined that a portion of you have flown here, you've already used Amadeus. We work with different airlines like Southwest, Delta, United, Spirit, not our faults. I always have to say that. And you know what's the best thing about that joke? It always works. There's one person here like, what's the big deal about Spirit? And it's because they've never flown Spirit. Who just said that so bad? Yeah, not my fault. I get blamed for that. Not me, I work in HR, but my company. You guys don't, everyone here get the joke of Spirit? Cool. I'm not going to sit here and trash talk a company on camera. Anyway, especially a customer. That'd be a bad move. Glenn Anderson and Amadeus Recruiter. So anyway, so we provide those solutions. We are a global company. We have about 15,000 employees worldwide. To answer the questions that are just baking in your minds right now, yes, we do sponsorships. That is case by case. Okay, everyone here is special, but if everyone is special, then no one is special. So we do sponsorships, we do sign-ons, we do reloads. Are you guys all qualified? Hell no. But we do hire predominantly computer science and information systems management. Our bread and butter roles are QAs, business analysts, and software engineers, with C++, Python, and Java being the languages of flavor choice. Yes, Jessica.
Now, if students are interested in applying still, I
Yep.
know that, are there specific openings, and how should they?
Amadeus.com/careers. Filter your search by location. We say Boston. Sorry, it sounds sexier. We're actually in Waltham. Psych. We say Waltham, no one comes. But it sounds like you guys are interested.
There's an Indian store there, so we go there all the time.
There's an Indian store? What's it called? What? It was just so many. What was it again? Potato? Potato. Oh, why do I keep asking? Pate Brothers? Oh, dope. Is it like? Is it a famous one? You guys sell food? I don't know. Is it a grocery store? Is it a mart? Indian grocery store? Y'all gotta take me. So we have a large majority of our population in my office is predominantly French, German, Spanish, and Indian. With a little bit of Chinese and Connecticut for flavor. Lunchtime is always interesting. I try to get to the microwave before you guys do. Just because my food becomes automatically spicy by proxy. It's annoying and as close to being racist, so I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be, I'm just up here. So I'll stop now. But the place is cool. I'll check it out sometime, or please take me, because I do not know what to buy. And the only thing I eat is essentially milk and cheese. So if those aren't my two options, I don't want to go there. But no, it's cool. So if Waltham is a cool, sexy place then for you guys to come to, we do have a pretty cool office. We do have internships. Right now, out of the 30 that was originally posted, I'm probably cooking at about maybe 15 left. So if you're interested, apply. If you're kitschy, you'll take in some of my advice and send me a really cool message on LinkedIn about 3 idiots. Don't send me your resume. Odds are Marikla has already sent me your resumes. So if you want, just ping Marikla after this and remind her that she already sent me the resume and then send me the names. I'll give you guys a 5-point handicap for coming here on a Friday night. I'm like, they were there? Cool. They weren't there? Pass. Is that cool? All right. If you're looking for, most of our internships aren't role-based, they're more project-based, which is a lot more fun for you, honestly. Last year we were doing a bit more role-based, software engineer, QA, business analyst. And honestly, all we ended up doing was just giving you guys the work our guys didn't want to do. So that's kind of rude and not helping you guys in your career. So this year we have a bit more project-based internships. Some are mostly, I noticed is like the big buzzword, machine learning. I love machine learning. Machine learning, big data, natural language processing. We're doing things with augmented reality and AI. We're working with the Microsoft HoloLens. Tons of cool stuff. We're one of those companies where you guys have never heard of us, but you've used us, and this was pretty dope. Once you come and see, you'll get to see. Sorry, not all of you are going to make it. Okay? Marikla, thank you for putting me on the podium there.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Get out.